everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria. Today we have quite a special video ahead of us. We're going to be touring this 5-bedroom show house located in Bang Jo, Phuket, Thailand. It is a modern tropical designed home which sits on 1,850 square meter plot of land. This has been a long awaited video on my behalf as I was able to work closely with Mary Pakamard and her team during the end process of finishing this home, and it's all thanks to Sea Property as they are the exclusive agents to Punyisa Villas. I am so excited to give you guys an interview with the visionaire herself, as well as give you guys a tour of this gorgeous home. If you guys are intrigued, please just keep on watching, and I do hope you guys enjoy as much as I have making this video for you all.
My name is Mary. I am a founder of a Punyisa project. I am currently sitting here in our first villa. Well, a lot of people ask how we differentiate ourselves from other development, so I would say that Punyisa is pure tailor-made home. We work with the buyers and with their families, to personalize every single items in the villa, especially the show house is now completed, and we already have many people visited, and people already said, wow, this is a very different, things that make it different because we basically go into all the details, all the items, all the corners in the villa is personalized for the owner of the villa. Well, I have been working as an interior architect for so many years. However, since I became a designer, I have been asked to look at things or improving things in the villas of many clients all the time, and that's kind of inspired me to build one day my own project where I start from scratch, when I actually have a planning from the beginning of the projects to avoid all the mistakes. I've created design teams 12 years ago. However, the team has now, we growing. We have so many people now working. Also, a very good construction company is another key success as well. And that's why I have brought in my 2 brothers. They have joined the team 8 years ago, and now we became bigger and bigger. So that's is the core of a successful project to me. Having that big team in-house, then it allows us to, do a lot of like bespoke items, and personalized to anybody needs. If I were to change something tomorrow, then I can just go to the workshop and get my team to just do a piece that I want for the day after. So it's so much easier for us. First, when I started to do this master planning, I already told everybody in the team that we need to create magic garden so that people feel like they don't want to leave the home. They feel like doesn't matter view or no view, they can have their own view. I tend to use local material because I am proud of being a Thai. It's just my intention. I want to use local materials first, and then if I cannot find the local materials that actually reflects my design, then I will start looks from elsewhere. At first I thought of how can I use clay in my project and make it beautiful, make it like a representative of a contemporary design of a local clay. So I have in mind of how I want the roof of Punyisa to be. The traditional Thai temple is always have that shimmering color different shades during the days, different timing, it's changing color. After I consult with many factory, then they were able to create this roof, this clay roof tile for me in the way I wanted it, and it's changing color. You can stay in Punyisa for the whole day looking at the roof. It's start, create that magic. I would like to create a place where people step into and feel like, wow, this is a place they want to be, they want to sit here, they want to spend hours and hours in this room.
This is the grand entrance into Punyisa Villas, past the teal-colored teak doors and the scalloped feature wall. This really sets the tone for the artistry which we will see behind these doors. This is the hallway that leads us into the main entrance of the home. These pictures and frames, as well as the writing, was actually set up here during the opening night of the show house, which only happened 2 weeks ago, and I was lucky enough to help plan as well as enjoy the evening, which we called it Punyisa Story Night. Obviously, these won't be placed when you do buy the homes, but it is a nice little piece to have to really understand the history of Punyisa Villas. As well, on this side is about Mary Pakamard herself. She is the visionary behind Punyisa Villas. Maybe you've already heard of the interview that we did with her. She is the architect and designer of Punyisa Villas, which we will see her creation as we stepped into these doors. But to preface before a little bit, this is actually the first fully finished home out of 39 villas. There are 2 locations. We're currently in Bangjo. The second location is in Layan, Phuket, Thailand. This has 30 villas in this location. Layan has 9 villas. This is phase 1. There are only 2 left in phase 1. Phase 4 has just been launched and there is an extra 6 villas, but they are selling fast and quick, and you guys will understand why the minute we step into this home. Beside the walking entrance, this is actually the parking garage, 50 square meters big, enough to fit 4 SUVs just within your gated home. Obviously, we are in a compound, so you have security at the main gate even beforehand as well, but having this large of a space really fits and speaks for how large this home can entertain, as well as how big of a family can live here. We've also got 2 different spots for storage space, as well as if you want to hook up your EV wires for your electrical cars, that can be done for you. This can also access the maid's quarter directly, which is great convenience for you if you are hosting an event, which we did 2 weeks ago. All the staff and the chefs went that way without having to interact with the main home whatsoever. We have this gorgeous glass feature wall right here. You'll see the purpose of it once we get into the home. Now, walking into the main foyer, this is the grand entrance. We've got a skylight right below it, this water feature, which sets the tone of the home. On my left-hand side is this sleek and hidden away shoe cabinet right beside this wooden bench to put your shoes on before you head out the door. And right in front of me, this was actually featured for the opening event. It is a gallery wall of the timeline from clearing the land all the way into furnishing the home. This is actually the entrance into the main living quarters. It's past this teak wooden door filled with green resin to smoothen it out, as well as this mirrored handle that would not whatsoever be thought for as a door handle, but in Punyisa, anything is possible. Entering into the main living quarters, it is an open living concept from the dining, living room, and kitchen as well, with bifold and sliding doors from Sun Paradise, giving you easy access to live indoors and outdoors at the same time. We have this open entryway with 2 cove ceilings and chandeliers that have been made by seashells, bringing in the tropical lifestyle into this home. The first art piece in this home is actually a shoe closet. This was actually painted by Mary's assistant's husband. So as you can see, everything is in-house. They try to make art wherever they go, and this is a gorgeous piece. This actually leads us into the powder room, and right beside the powder room, this artwork was specifically made by Mary herself, and it's fabric that has been pinned together and then drawn on a gorgeous face right here with 2 chairs sitting beside each other. But I do want to check out the powder room. Usually I don't put in so much time in powder rooms because it's necessary and people don't really think about it, but this one is a little bit special. Into the powder room. This is quite extravagant for a powder room, but it also is great to set the tone for when you do have a guest over. And as we saw earlier outside, the glass cubes that we saw from the parking lot actually has the purpose for this indoor courtyard right here with an open skylight, a gorgeous view out into this man-made garden, which is really nice, as well as this sink setup. This mirror has actually been carved in for the water handles, which is kind of crazy, and that just speaks for the little details in this room. Furnishing this room, you would never think to do in a bathroom, but they put in a carpet as well as a sofa, art piece, this chandelier hanging up above that looks like ice cubes that is illuminating warm light, white tiles on the backsplash with 2 art pieces, and that is really how you do a powder room. Now let's go into the living room. The living room has been furnished so tastefully, and I would say it has a little bit of an eclectic style, which is honestly my personal taste as well. And it is a mixture of Mary's sourcing furniture pieces throughout her travels, as well as pieces from her furniture line called Pakamard Reserve, which I believe this sofa is from. Above us, we've got exposed wooden beams, and the highest point is actually up to 5 meters. You've got cove lighting up on top. Actually, no, they are spotlights up on top, illuminating on the wooden beams that they've chosen. Actually, this home is personalized to the owner that actually bought it, but with Punyisa having everything in-house, they're really able to make anybody's requests and dreams homes come true. But the choices that you do have are actually with these wooden panels. You get the choice of 3 different tones. This, I believe, is the middle. You can get something a little bit lighter or a little bit darker depending on your taste, as well as these gorgeous large chandeliers that I've never seen before. It's larger than life, and that really speaks for Punyisa itself. This was specifically requested from the homeowner, but that's what is so amazing about this place. Let me speak about the location a little bit. Bangjo is the perfect middle location between Layan, Bangtao, Serene Beach, which is just 10 minutes away, 5 minutes to Boat Avenue, where you'll be able to be entertained by all the boutique shops, the bars, and 5-star restaurants, and not to mention a couple international schools around the area. It is perfect for families. Now, in the separate location, which is called Layan, it is closer to the beach, but it's also closer to traffic, so it's really up to your preference on how your lifestyle is and where you want to live that. But in Layan, there are 9 villas, all are obviously Punyisa standard, but not one home is exactly the same. So it really is such a surprise to see these homes being built and how different people have put their touches in it. But back into this room, a couple steps up here, it leads us into the dining room. We have a circle dining spinning marble table right underneath one of the chandeliers, which is illuminating warm orangey light, and that complements with the plates that they have chosen to set up here, ready for you to have a nice dinner party. Now, the floors throughout the whole entire indoors and outdoors is actually limestone with different textures. Now, the indoors has been honed, giving it such a nice and smooth feeling under your feet, while outdoors, it's been sandblasted, giving you nice friction so you can actually run around, especially if you do have kids, they can roam around the swimming pool without slipping whatsoever. Now, to complement this large dining room space, we have the show kitchen. This large island, real quartzside countertop. You actually get a choice of two. This one is a little bit louder for maybe some people's taste, but I do love. They also have another one where it's not as busy as this countertop, so it's really up to your choice. The hood coming up from above, below, Smeg inductions. Back behind me, fully fitted with teak cabinet doors all throughout for you to really store everything away, as well as the wine fridge right here by Temtech, all the way from Norway, as well as double door fridges, an extra little counter space here, which you could maybe turn it into a coffee station. It has a window that looks out into your garden. Now, this technically would be the standard Punyisa show kitchen, where there hasn't been much that has been changed by the owners themselves, but it really is up to you. If you do want to change some stuff, you can really change the layout of this kitchen, but obviously earlier in the process of construction to make it a smoother and easy process for you to finish your home. Now, on my left-hand side is a wine cooler. This wine cellar was initially a pantry and a wine cellar separate, but the owner himself wanted to combine the both and make it a 28 square meter wine cooler, which is so interesting, and it is perfect that it's set up here, visible to others as well, and not being hidden away in a wine cellar whatsoever. It really speaks for the design. And they've done that with LED lights, as well as the textured wall finish that they've used with the signature Punyisa teal greenish color. And this can go all the way down to 12 degrees Celsius to keep all your wine cooled. Now, through here is actually the maid's quarter. The maid's quarter comes with a laundry room with pipes for you to install your washer and dryer, separating us into the second kitchen of the home. This is the real Thai kitchen with a gas stove. As you can see, there's still a lot of natural lighting in this maid's quarter itself, because it's actually fitted with a bathroom and bedroom for somebody to have in-house service at all times. This second kitchen right here, enough for spaced out for a second fridge, as well as more storage space. And once again, as I mentioned, separate entrance from the parking garage without having any of your staff walk through the main gates. Into the outdoor living space. As you can see, a lot of it is actually shaded, so that is great for those that do want to live outdoors and indoors at the same time, especially when we do live on a tropical island. Over here we have a 14-meter salt system swimming pool tiled with this gorgeous tile that illuminates a greenish turquoise color into the water. You also have a choice of 3 different tiles, which gives off 3 different colors, from a lighter blue, a turquoise, and a darker bluish color. through the back here, past these gorgeous columns. This is not standard to the Punyisa design, but I think it looks standard to it because of how nicely it matches into the home. But you do have a choice to get timber wood panels for the columns if you'd like, instead of this textured paint. Through the back here is the bar. Now, this is your at-home, fully fitted bar. This is perfect for hosting parties and guests. When we had the event, we had over 120 people, which was easily enough to fit into this home, and this bar was definitely a hit where we were able to make cocktails and serve up to all the guests. We have your own sink, as well as fitted cabinets with teak wood once again, 3 hanging light fixtures up above. Through the back is actually the signature Punyisa tiles, which we saw in the guest bathroom. The guest bathroom had a white tile. This one is the greenish turquoise color, and then there is a blue color as well. Gorgeous decoration that fits in so perfectly with the Punyisa design, as well as the paintings that you see was actually sourced from one of Mary's travels through the Nepal mountains, which I think is really cool that she also implemented her personal touch into this home. Instead of a bar, you can also opt for an outdoor kitchen where they could install the range hood right here and the barbecue, as well as another sink for you to fully have the outdoor barbecue experience, as we do have 2 outdoor dining tables. Right here by the courtyard, you have sandstone in black and white pattern and this metal dining table. Right beside this large tree that is so gorgeous. I love how they've implemented nature, and the landscaping was very, very important to the whole entire Punyisa project. Even though we do get a mountain view and are surrounded by luscious nature, they brought that into your home, so you really get to experience it with every direction and peak you take through the house. Now, you can actually access this from the indoor living space through the glass sliding doors. Past the bar, it leads us into the outdoor dining table. There's a teak wood seated for 8 people, a gorgeous lantern up above with gold fixtures illuminating warm light onto the timber wooden panels that they've chosen throughout the entire home, which you've seen. And behind this feature wall is actually the outdoor powder room. This is so gorgeous. They've used a marble-like tile that is 2.8 meters tall, a stone carved out as your sink, as well as the same mirror that we use for the door handles, but actually as the mirror here on top of the sink. The powder room itself uses this green tile throughout the walls and has windows looking out onto the garden that wraps around the whole entire home. Walking a bit further, we have the outdoor sofa arrangement, which is so cozy, with a ceiling fan right above of us, sconces on either sides of me, as well as these display vases that fits the color of the home. Looking back into the other living quarters, which is all the bedroom, and beside the sofa, you have this waterfall feature that gives off such a nice white noise for you to enjoy your outdoors. And once again, by the grass patch and the garden that has used all tropical trees locally founded in Thailand, which is great because then they blossom even more naturally within their natural habitats. Now, guys, from this position right here, looking back into this home, this is the life-size Punyisa signature roof, actually inspired from the temples in Chiang Mai, and not to mention the clay tiles dipped in metallic was locally sourced from Chiang Mai, handmade specifically for Punyisa, which is insane because nobody else will have these tiles, because not even one of them look the same. They're not factory made. Every single thing is different and they're hand placed up there. so beautifully, matching the tropical design of this home so well. Wrapped around the landscaping, this is the second art piece of this home. It is a welded statue painted by Mary and her brother. Actually, it has been a labor of love, this whole entire home. And at first, it looks quite different to have something like this in the home, but once everything was put together, the furnishing, the design, it all blended in so well with what Punyisa stands for. Through here, up on this platform, we have an outdoor lounging area facing back into the waterfall feature and seeing the home. It's honestly incredible. I am obsessed with the architecture and how they even use the contrasting colors. Now, on this side of the home features the 5 bedrooms. This one right here is actually the master. Let's hop inside. Entering into the master bedroom seamlessly from your outdoor living space. They've used the same limestone, but instead of sandblasted, it's honed, so it has that smooth texture on your feet, while the bed itself has been boarded off by oak wooden panels. That is prominent throughout all the other bedrooms except this master bedroom specifically. On the back wall, this is a type of Venetian plaster called stucco veneziano. On front of it, guys, I don't know if I said that right. Please comment down below. And beside it, this is a painting made by Mary herself. It was inspired by her hike up in Nepal, and this is actually her hiking. If you guys look closely, it's been knitted, and then the top part for the mountains and the sky, the paint was actually not painted by a paintbrush, by your fingers, which gives off this gorgeous little swirly texture to it. Right below, the antique cabinet, and across from us right here, this is a standard feature throughout all the master bedrooms of all types. There are 3 different types in Punyisa villas, A, B, and C. It is up to you, depending on the size of plot that you choose, how big of a home you can put on that land plot. And that is part of the sales process and purchasing process of you building your dream home with Punyisa villas. But this is standard to all the master bedrooms. We have this little reading nook with fitted bespoke sofa seatings. It has, once again, contrasting colors with reds and emerald greens, the different textures and the fabrics that they've used, looking out onto the garden that wraps around the master bedroom as well as the swimming pool. The king-size bed pushed up against the teak wooden panel that has been painted in this orangey red color and carved out in a beautiful pattern, faces towards your swimming pool as well as the waterfall feature, which is such a great view from this standpoint right here. The minute you wake up, you're able to open up your doors, jump into the swimming pool, and be surrounded by the landscaping and the nature of this home. Through the sliding doors on either sides of the bed, it takes us into the closet and ensuite. Into every woman's dream, this is your walk-in closet for his and hers, and the hers actually has a vanity space right here with a mirror looking out onto your garden, and it is also air conditioned from the bedroom all the way up into your bathroom. This home is a smart home. You can actually use the Lutron app to dim the lights, turn on the music, which is the Sonos sound system in the living room, indoors and outdoors. You can check your video camera or open your gates, whatever you'd need for a fully modern home, and they have it all. Through the laminated glass with fabric inside, which gives a little privacy, that separates us from the walk-in closet into this very large ensuite bathroom with stone floors as well as walls. This gorgeous sofa, green leather sofa right here, which fits the Punyisa colors so well, as well as the landscaping, which you see through here. Up on this teak elevated platform, you have a true soul oval shaped bathtub, a little bit out on a little glass nook, giving you the immersive feeling of being outdoors but indoors in your own bathtub with air conditioning. You can also shut off the blinds electrically by the Lutron app for the smart home. A gorgeous painting right here, set up right under is a nice cabinet, and you have the solid surface countertop with Kohler fixtures for the sink, this larger than life mirror that spans across both of the sinks, boarded off with teak wood, prominent throughout all the entire home. And what's so great about the little details is that Mary has her own factory where they produce a lot of the stuff that you see in here, from the main doors to the teal colored doors to all the wood and even furniture pieces. So all the materials you see is continuous throughout the home. You won't see many different brands or different types of wood from all over put into one where it doesn't go together, where the slightest color change you can see. But this all comes from the same place and has been looked at in every detail from Mary and her team. The walk-in shower fixed by Kohler with 4 different settings, glass windows and doors, as well as this looking out onto your garden. This side of the garden has been set up with gorgeous rocks and statues, which is really, really beautiful. And this is honestly a dream bathroom for any woman out there. There's so much natural lighting, and not to mention your vanity space that is faced in front of a window. That is honestly so convenient for any girls doing their makeup. Now, there are 4 different bedrooms as well as a multi-purpose room, which we're gonna check out, maybe one of each. Give you guys a little sneak peek before you guys head over here and look at the show house yourself. Out of the master bedroom, it leads us into this gorgeous hallway that has 4 different other bedrooms. The first guest bedroom is on my left-hand side here with its own ensuite looking out with direct access into the outdoor living space. On my right-hand side, that is the multi-purpose room, which has been turned into an office filled with all the materials that have been used in this home. We can go check that out later because there's some history in that room. On my left-hand side, this is the first guest bedroom, which I will show you. The oak wood floors feels so nice under your feet. They're real and natural and has the texture of an actual tree if you were to walk out in nature, but they've done that really well in this home, and the color of it is so beautiful. Over here, you have the queen size bed facing towards the mounted TV with a nice little vintage cabinet. Once again, a textured wall through the back, bringing in a nicer feature into the home instead of just having a plain white wall. Ceiling fan up on top, closet space, as well as a fitted vanity with a mirror. The standard, you can actually have a sliding door, but this is a soft close teak wooden closet, which is also really nice, but it's up to your preference. The ensuite features an outdoor courtyard, just like how they've implemented that throughout the whole entire home, with an open skylight. Through that side, in the wet room, they've used the green tiles for the walls, as well as the breather wall that we saw outside with the stacked green bricks. That's actually the view out, so you have that privacy. The breather wall is also purposeful to have natural air within your own ensuite with the sliding doors on either side, so you have the flow of the wind. On the walls, they've used a 2.8 meter tall tile, which is incredible, and it looks so seamless. You barely even see the grouting or the lines of it, and that's kind of the purpose of it. It looks so grand. I haven't seen a tile that large before. Matching that, you have this floating mirror with curved edges boarded off by teak wooden frames. You have this Trousseau sink installed on the solid surface vanity and Kohler fixtures. We have 2 guest bedrooms on opposite sides of each other, identical to each other, except for the little art that's being displayed. So let's go check out one of them. This art wall right here was requested by the owners themselves, and Mary made it come to life with her and her team painting it up to the day of the show house event. And it's this abstract painting that could be interpreted as a growing tree with lots of leaves wisping around. The dark purple color is also used as on this wall behind the vanity and the mirror, with your built-in closet for his and hers, twin beds decorated with the local tie-dye fabric, which you'll see if you've ever visited Thailand. You'll see a lot of these throughout all the local shops by the beach. The glass sliding doors opens you up onto the garden that actually wraps around the whole entire home. This ensuite has an immense amount of sunlight coming from the windows through the gardens. The shower itself, they've used the same tiles that we've seen throughout the home, but this time in the blue color. Even in the guest bedroom, they've still used the 2.5 meter tall tiles, which really speaks for this home and the materials they've used, that they do not lack whatsoever. Even if it's a smaller guest bedroom, you will use the same as you would experience being an owner and living here in the master bedrooms. Also, you get the choices of picking different materials if you'd like, from the construction process all the way up to the design process, with all the help of Mary and her team, especially when she has her own factory that makes a lot of the stuff in-house already. It makes your process of buying a home with Punyisa Villas a whole different experience, rather than with a home that comes fully finished and you can't even tweak anything whatsoever. The multi-purpose room is currently turned into Mary's personal office. This idea came about when we did the Punyisa story night. We wanted to show the process from the beginning all the way to the end of Punyisa Villas, while on the TV it was running a documentary about Mary's inspirations and the process of building Punyisa. Over here actually displays a couple of the original Polaroids taken through Mary's travels and where she got inspired. One of them is from the mangroves in Krabi that inspired the swimming pool tiles with the turquoise-ish color, to one that is really interesting is actually the temples in Chiang Mai. Oh, this one. This is the temple in Chiang Mai that inspired the Punyisa iconic roof. Now on this coffee table right here, you have the materials that have been used throughout the homes, through the 3 different tiles that you have the choice of, or using all, to the clay tiled roof, metallic glaze, inspired by the temples in Chiang Mai, and these brick right here that you saw in some of the breather walls and the feature walls, the floors, the marbles, the quartzite that they've used is all displayed here. And it is the perfect playground for you to pick and choose with the team of Punyisa Villas to curate your dream home. And this room really has the whole history of Punyisa Villas, displaying it all in one place. And I'm really happy and excited that I was able to show you guys this home, from one family business which I worked in to Mary's family business. I think it was an instant connection of how 2 companies came together and started working together so seamlessly, and it's been such an amazing journey to see this home come to life and see the process and meet so many amazing people throughout it. I hope you have all enjoyed watching this home tour. I know it's been a little bit different than what we're used to. We got to have an interview with Mary, the visionary behind Punyisa Villas, and if you guys are intrigued about this project, just click the link in my description box below to learn more about the starting prices and how to make this one of your dream homes. And if you guys did enjoy a little bit of a different content, don't forget to like and subscribe. My name is Victoria, and I do hope to see you in the next video. Bye.